Hey everyone, I know you're turning into this video just to watch me play Learned League, so I will refrain from saying much about anything else. It's been a interesting weekend, to say the least. Anyway, back on Friday we had a bit of a defensive disaster, had two opportunities to cut off our opponent. If we had assigned proper defense to either of two questions, he would not have gotten 6 points on us. And we didn't, so we lost, or we got a tie 6-5 to 6-4, which is, the tie where you get more questions right is the worst kind of defensive situation you can have. We've been playing good defense all season. Basically what happened, they didn't know Nightingale, which we guessed correctly, but also didn't know Dagwood, which we put a 0 on. So basically that's what caught us. I have to say I'm surprised, because I think that question is not, that question was the easiest question of the day overall, but sometimes you get caught. So maybe I was right and there is no such thing as a Dagwood sandwich, really. But anyway, here comes question 13. Or no, it doesn't. Here comes match day 13. The English-born architect and designer Calvert Vaux, or Vaux Vaux, I think, is remembered today for a transcendent collaboration and partnership beginning in 1857 with what other individual? Okay, so this name has come up for me before. It's associated with, to me, Frederick Olmsted, of course, the creator of Central Park, which may be what he worked on Vaux with primarily. For whatever reason, I know that Vaux is associated with Olmsted. Olmsted also designed like the Druid Hills neighborhood in Atlanta, which is where Emory is located. So I was, as an alum of there, I know a little, heard a little more about Olmsted in my life than others have probably. Okay, second, what scientific institution, formally established in 1830 and on whose grounds Vice President Joseph Biden and his wife Dr. Jill Biden currently reside, is officially responsible for measuring time and providing precise time information in the United States? Okay, well, my hope is, I know that the VP house is at the U.S. Naval Observatory. Certainly the U.S. Naval Observatory is a scientific institution. The only thing I'm slightly worried about, I guess, is that it's only part of a broader named institution, but I think it's got to be the answer, right? Naval Observatory. That's, basically where does the VP live? Probably keeper of the day, if you don't know that. Comes up often enough in trivia that it, is something to know. Just wrote. Question 3. One name was shared by 6 different sultans of the Ottoman Empire, including one, the second, who conquered Istanbul in 1453, another, the third, who had his 19 brothers executed by strangulation, and another sixth, another, the sixth, who was the last, removed when the Sultanate was abolished by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in the new Turkish parliament in 1922. Question mark? I think it's a period. Both in modern Turkish and in the West, this name is most often rendered as what? Okay. The most famous sultan of the Ottoman Empire is Suleiman, like the Magnificent. But I believe it was Suleiman the First, which is important because the second of this guy was in 1453, and I believe Suleiman was after that. It is possible Suleiman the Magnificent is not Suleiman the First, and I am wrong. But Suleiman and the rest would be rendered as Solomon, but not if it's a sultan of the Ottoman Empire. I guess the person we want here is Mehmet. Mehmet II is Mehmet the Conqueror. Mehmet is Turkish for Muhammad. So I guess that he's saying in modern Turkish and in the West, so that to get away from the name Muhammad, from us saying Muhammad. But I believe this is, Mehmet the Conqueror, Mehmed. I think you'd have to take both Mehmed and Mehmet. I think you see both often enough. But yeah, that's the answer. I wasn't aware that it was Mehmet VI that was removed by Ataturk. Didn't know that for sure. Did definitely know Mehmet II. All right, question 4. What, it has been asserted though never proven, arrived in Brazil during the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup in June of that year? Okay, so we're looking for a thing. When Tahiti's national soccer team and some of the team's fans traveled to a match in Recife against the national team of Uruguay. All right. So, I mean, I wasn't even aware of this story, but it's Zika virus, right? I mean, here's a origin story of something recent. So the answer is a thing. So yeah, because it's what? Yeah. Cool. Zika virus. 5. The Sound of the Life of the Mind. That album title is just... Ugh. Anyway, the unauthorized biography of Reinhold Messner, Whatever and Ever Amen, okay, and their self-titled 1995 debut are studio albums from a misnamed North Carolina rock trio. Okay, well, they're misnamed because that is Ben Folds. 5. Ben Folds, 5 got together in Chapel Hill. I actually owned at least a couple of their albums. They got some really great songs. I know some people who are like giant Ben Folds fans. I'm probably just a medium-sized Ben Folds fan, but yeah, I like that act. So Whatever and Ever Amen, I believe, is their biggest album. I think that's true. Certainly has. I believe that's the album that Brick is on, and yeah, a couple of their other bigger songs. So, and finally, what is the most famous poem or poetic fragment published in 1816 and famously composed in 1797 or thereabouts under the influence of laudanum, A Vision in a Dream? Yeah, that Vision in a Dream is Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan. I think it's not Kublai Khan because that's kind of a more modern rendering. Kubla Khan is by Coleridge. I think Vision in a Dream is actually in the poem. So, okay. We got all these? Is Olmsted right? Yeah, Olmsted's right. Mehmed? Sure. Zika virus, I'm not positive, but if it's something else that's weird, like, it could be something weird, but I think that's got to be it. Okay. All right. So, how's your art? Art, 66. I think this is the hardest question. They didn't say anything about landscaping. They didn't say anything about America. So, I believe that's going to distract several people. I will say that I think someone with a 93% on American history would know the U.S. Naval Observatory. There is a chance they don't, so I'm going to go ahead and slap a 1 on there, and we'll see. Anything really easy here? Pop music, 70%. Sure, we can do that. Literature, 89%. Okay, I think we have to 1 that or 0. So, like, the question is really, is the slightly puzzly nature of Zika going to get people? I guess that means I can't put a 0 on it. So I'll put a 0 on Kubla Khan because I think that's a decently easy, it's a poem a lot of people have read, and 89% literature is probably going to get there. World history, even then, probably got to put a 2 on Mehmed. I don't think I'd be willing to put much less than a 2 on that, just because it's Ottoman history and some people just don't know it. That said, Jeff King, I think, will know it, so it gets a 1. Got to put a 1 on Zika, just because if we do get all 6, I want to make sure that I don't get bit by that. This pop music is quite poor, so I guess we'll 3 there. 0 on Naval Observatory. Yeah, I think that's up his alley. 2 on Olmsted. 2 on Kubla Khan because of the 68% literature. It's definitely missable because it doesn't give a ton of other information, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it that way. Frederick Olmsted, yay. Naval Observatory, yay. Mehmet or Mehmet, yay. Zika, yay. Ben Folds 5, yay. Kubla Khan, yay. All right, we had a good day. All right, so we'll check in tomorrow with y'all. It was good to hear from you. over the weekend about my videos and stuff. I appreciate all and any feedback and comments and questions and snarky back talk and anything else. So please feel free, and we will have a very good day, or we'll try to. Much love, everybody. Bye-bye.